In 1996, the 3DO company, known primarily for their work with the Might and Magic series, released a turn-based strategy game known as Heroes of Might and Magic 2: Succession Wars. The sequel to Heroes of Might and Magic, a strategic quest, Heroes of Might and Magic 2 featured many changes and several key differences. 2 new factions, Wizard and Necromancer. Secondary skills for heroes like ballistics and leadership and estates, whereas in the original you just could gain experience points, if I remember correctly. Upgradable units, like you can have red dragons as opposed to just dragons. The dragons, by the way, in the original Heroes of Might and Magic game look absolutely absurd. And an overhaul of the magic system. Originally in the first game, you had a skill called, had an attribute for your hero called Knowledge, and you could only learn a spell as many times as you had points of knowledge skill. Like, you can learn Lightning Bolt 9 times if you have 9 knowledge. And the only way to restore that count of spells was to return to a mage's guild that actually had that spell. However, in Heroes of Might and Magic 2, you have magic points, mana points, whatever the fuck you want to call them, and all you have to do is restore those. Each spell is assigned a cost, and there you go. Also, the campaign of the original game, campaign of the game, also picks up a bit after the end of the first, the canonical ending, which King Ironfist sends to dominance over in Wrath, and he kicks ass. You'll see what I mean shortly. I guess I'll play a cool little trailer for Might and Magic 6 while we're waiting for me to finish speaking. The more observant of you may have noticed that I installed the Price of Loyalty expansion pack. Cyberlore Studios developed it rather than 3DO, and the pack was released in 1997. It adds many new features to the game, new artifacts, new maps, a new building for the Necromancer faction. We won't be seeing those. The original campaign has none of them. That's the way it goes. As a fun fact, Cyberlore Studios released several other expansion packs for well-known video games. Warcraft 2 Beyond the Dark Portal and MechWarrior 4 Mercenaries are just 2 examples. I think what they're primarily known for, though, is Majesty the Fantasy Kingdom sim, and probably, regretfully, I suppose, less well known for Playboy the Mansion. If you've never heard of it, I'm glad to have taught you something. If you've never played it, don't. Anyway, that's enough rambling. I'll just ramble on a little bit later. Let's get on with this campaign.
Archibald was not so good. Traditionally, the choice of the heir falls to the royal seer, but he died in a tragic boating accident. His successor's luck was no better, with Frederick falling out of a window, Robert slain by a dragon, and Johann dying of food poisoning. Archibald accused Roland of murdering the seers, and issued a proclamation against Roland. Fearing for his life, Roland fled the place for his castle in the west. With Roland gone, Archibald was able to influence the new royal seer's decision. The seer chose Archibald, and Archibald crowned himself king the next day. And so the war for succession began. Choose your lord.
Some of you may not have been able to hear the narrator's dialogue that well. I could have cranked my volume up super high, I reckon, but that would have interfered with the music and the title screen would have been blazingly loud. And I didn't want to the way I set my speaker settings on my laptop, it would have just skipped ahead to the screen. Basically what we have here is a succession war. Old King died. We have Roland, who's the good guy, who was falsely accused of, well, maybe he actually did murder the royal seers. And we have Archibald, who usurped the throne and is planning to crush his brother. As you know, his brother has instigated a rebellion. Our first choice in the game is who to serve. Now, I've got to be honest with you, despite how malevolent and evil and vile and cruel I am, personally, I really admire the traits that Roland exhibits, and in all due honesty and fairness, I would love to serve for a lord, such as Roland. Because of the fact that loyalty and duty and honor matter. Whereas, you know, you serve Archibald, if you fuck up, bad things may happen. It's quite possible to, I mean, you can kind of reckon that he stringed together the murdering of the royal seers, and he falsely accused his brother of murdering those seers, and, yeah, he was rightfully claimed king, and he has decided to crush his brother, because that is what all siblings should do. It's a good sibling rivalry. Sporting and fair. So yeah. However, we don't plan on fucking up. And you know, once we take care of that goody-goody two-shoes, maybe there will be room for us to be the next king of Enroth. Canonically, Might and Magic 6 takes place after this game. Canonically, Archibald loses this war. We're going to see to it that it doesn't happen.
Thank you for choosing to serve me. You will find I can be a very generous lord to vassals who remain faithful, which is more than I can say for the cowardly lords who refuse to take the oath from me. I am king, not Roland. No one can stand before me and refuse to serve. Go. I have allocated a sum of gold for the purpose of making an example of the lords closest to my castle. Crush them and report back to me by means of the magical amulet I have sent you.
Goody, 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 goody. First scenario, it's a test, like a way to gently coerce novices and newbies to the game into the water so that they can swim. You know, they learn how to dog paddle a little bit. That's a shitty analogy, way to express that. Allegory? Allegory. Okay. So, basically, we're gonna be in charge of just this little nifty place, and our job is to crush a rebellion. Well, not a rebellion, just make an example of 3 people near the region. This will be a pretty short scenario. It can drag on for a long time, but we are going to blaze through it pretty quick. Because I can. We'll hopefully blaze through it pretty quick. It's been a long time since I played this. Like, really played the campaign. So after the first mission or 2, I should be stumbling and faltering, and perhaps even failing. But I think I got this one. One of the fun things to do in the game is definitely exploring the maps. But we will not be exploring the map. This map. Before you go into each mission, you are given the option of selecting various things to carry in the mission with you. In this case, there are 2 artifacts, or you can pick along 2,000 gold. Considering what our starting faction castle would be, I'm taking the 2,000 gold. And here we go. This is the playing arena. You face 3 opponents in this scenario. Capture their castles and their heroes to prove your worthiness to Archibald. Okay. Ooh, skeletons. So this is our strategic playing field. This is our home castle, our home base. We shouldn't lose this. If we do, we'd have a problem, and if we lose all of our forces, castles, and heroes, we'd lose the game. That is a hero under our control. It isn't until, I think, the 5th Heroes of Might and Magic where heroes will actually play a direct role in combat. Instead, what they do is lead and guide your troops, like these guys, into battle against your foes. She is a necromancer. This is a necromantic castle, because we're using the necromancy faction for this particular mission. As Archibald, we will be seeing the three evil factions, Barbarian, Necromancer, and Warlock. A lot more often than we'll be seeing the good ones, at least under our control, at least for a while. Then we'll take over the good castles, make use of their troops, and ha-ha-lols over everybody. Alrighty, let's showcase the stuff, and these are the secondary skills. You can have 8 of those. And this is a spot for artifacts. You can have more than 8 of those. Huzzah! Alrighty. Let us take a peek-see here into our castle. Now, one of the things I do love about Heroes of Might and Magic 2 is the music. Each faction, their whole castle view, has their own sort of opera music. I was going to say operatic. I have no idea of the technical terms for all this bullshit. I'm just making this up as I go along. But I really do enjoy the music of this game. I do own Heroes of Might and Magic 3, but I enjoy the second one more, partly because of the graphics, and partly because of the music. Also, I just grew up playing this game. It's like how I love Daggerfall more than Morrowind, even though Morrowind, for all intents and purposes, should be a better game. It's just what I grew up playing. This is what I grew up playing, you know, like back when I was entering my 41st 100th year or whatever. Good music, good tunes. The opera, exactly. Singing hasn't started yet. We'll be seeing a little bit of lag. Heroes of Might and Magic 2 can run on Windows 7 if it's just a 32-bit system. Since mine's 64-bit, I had to install it through DOS. So that's the way it goes. Anyway, as part of the castle, you can build up lots of buildings and whatnot to raise troops to support you in your quest to dominate and rock swords, box swords, and every fucking thing else. I've already lost my train of thought. Okay, so what we're going to be starting with first is... Ooh! We got a graveyard to start with. Sweetness! We're going to be building a mage guild. Yeah, we should get more than enough gold. We'll start with a mage guild. Mage guild allows heroes to learn spells and replenish their spell points. If your hero doesn't start with a spell book, you can also purchase one here. These are not good spells. At least that one's not. Bless and Cure are pretty good. We're going to leave the skeletons behind as they're fucking ridiculously slow. And we're going to bring along these skeletons, which are the basic foot soldiers of a necromantic army. Okay, so let's take a step out. Man, my little test run of that, those were peasants, and those are much easier to kill. Skeletons, damn. Okay. Another feature of the game, you can have up to 8 heroes, I think. We'll be getting a secondary hero. Her primary army will be those skeletons, though I won't buy any more. And what she's going to be doing for this campaign is just helping me pick up stuff and watching over the castle. So, give her those skeletons, and here we go. Roxana and Darlana. Okay, we can roll with that. I prefer another one of the necromancers like Sando. He's my favorite, but hopefully we'll see him in the future. Let's go pick up these random resources scattered about the map. Like 800 gold. And some sulfur. And sulfur, really gonna come in handy. Guaranteed. To pick up this treasure chest, with treasure chest you have the option of keeping the gold or distributing it to peasants for experience points. Necromancers tend to have pretty expensive buildings. It's my favorite faction. If you hadn't fucking figured that out, you're stupid. So we are definitely going to be taking the gold. Besides, we don't really have to worry about the experience points. We're not going to be needing them because we're going to be able to kill everybody. Funsies! Day 2. The way these, the calendar is organized is, weeks comprised of 7 days, months are comprised of 4 weeks. At the start of every week, creature-dwelling structures, like this excavation site, will replenish, and you can hire new creatures. We're going to be building a mausoleum, which will produce liches. They are the only ranged troops of necromancers. That makes them useful. I wouldn't say powerful, but useful. Go ahead and pick up some more gold. This thing, and this acts as like a super awesome, mega cool, what the fuck, Thieves Guild. This oracle here, you go activate, and it will show you all of this information of all the other factions, including your own, and how you stand and represent in relation to them. For example, I have more heroes. All of them are tied, which means all three of them have one hero. I have more gold, found more artifacts, and I have more income. How the hell do I have more income? I don't know. It's not like I built a statue. Statue increases your town's income by 250 gold per day. You should usually make that your first structure. But each scenario will depend a bit based on the circumstances surrounding you, what resources are available, like ore can be super scarce. You might be playing with a faction that's heavily dependent upon ore. Just other factors. You've got to adjust based on what the map gives you. Let's continue walking around here. Go visit this leprechaun who gives us 5 gems. I approve. Lots of skeletons. Several trolls, lots of veteran pikemen. Let's continue. This is also serving as really, this first recording will be like a test for me. Just to see how the sound and music and everything really go together. I find that these features, these factors and everything don't really come through until I do a live recording. So, this totally tanks. Yeah. Damn it. The game is lagging a teensy bit. I'm using my settings that I configured for Daggerfall to do this as well. I figured those would be pretty useful. Fucking horde of halflings. God damn it. Stupid halflings. These are all weak troops that are in their way, just like random parties that you can engage for fisticuffs combat to gain access to, say, that sawmill, but we're really not that powerful, I would say, to take those folks on. At least I'm not going to risk it. Go ahead and take the gold. Now, whenever we get my goal, which is actually, we should be able to buy my gold now. What are we missing? 1 sulfur, you son of a fucking bitch! Fucking hate you, game. 1 fucking sulfur. Okay, let me take a look. Is there any random... You know what? I think I'm gonna actually cast this. View resources. I actually made use of the spell. I'll be damned. View resources allows you to view all the random little deposits of resources on the map. It doesn't allow you to actually view mines, unless of course they're in your territory. So yeah, those are all random deposits, and we don't have any sulfur to look forward to. So I actually showcased that spell. I'll be damned. In that case, we are going to have to build a marketplace. Fuck you, random number god. Fuck you. Of course I might get some sulfur from that campfire. I don't know if they can give sulfur. I forget. Whatever. Let's go ahead and move on. I can't fucking believe this shit. Fuck you, game. You start me to the graveyard, but then you do this to me. Okay. Actually, I guess the first thing I'll do... send Darlana to that... Okay. It could have given sulfur. It just decided not to. Dick. Alright, that's enough bitching and moaning. Now, the reason why we bought this marketplace is because you can trade goods here. The good trade is pretty much going to screw you over in this game. At least with just one marketplace. The rate it gets better the more marketplaces you have. We only have one castle though, so it's not going to work out that well for us. We're going to do something that we're going to make a sacrifice for the good of... Let's see here. I think the upgraded mansion costs gems. I don't think it costs crystal. Whoa, mouse. Whoa. Whoa. That was fun little spark of lag. Whee! That was fun. Okay. That's enough. Marketplace. Gems. sulfur. That should leave us with enough gems to build the ultimate building of the Necromancer faction. The laboratory, which costs quite a bit of money, as you notice, but it allows us to produce the ultimate unit. Bone Dragons. Bone Dragons are pretty powerful. They can fly. They have a decent amount of attack and damage. Compare them to actual dragons, though, that's a no, but hey. So let's go ahead and run in here. Pick up this dragon. Suddenly, situational combat will become far easier. For example, let's take on those skeletons next turn. Let's go ahead and pick up that money, because we're going to need that money to buy more bone dragons in the upcoming week. And, I guess Sally forth. Sally, ha 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 ha. Oh, ore mine I didn't collect. It's free. Yeah, that made sense in my head. Go ahead and kill these skeletons. Oh, that's awesome! Since we have similar armies, and you know I have this bone dragon and everything, sometimes units that you meet on the field will be like, you know, we don't have to fight each other. We'll totally love to join you. I'd like a bigger army. So I go from 21 skeletons to 55. Not bad. It's pretty useful, right? And we will claim the sawmill, the name of king and country. See if these guys want to join us. Nope, not so much. They're screwed. Gotta let you know right now. They're screwed. All necromancers start with the haste spell, which is an insanely useful spell. I dare say it's the most useful level 1 spell in the game. Of course, this is all situational, but I would take haste over slow. Usually. Almost always. There's a circumstance or two. Bone Dragon should be fine on his own. On the other hand, he does have average speed, so do the skeletons, which will be funsies. Now, the way the AI whole sort of hunting algorithm thing works is that the AI will go after your shooters first. Then they'll go after your unit stack with the highest amount of health, and they'll descend in that fashion. However, their biggest concern before even shooters is attacking. So if you have a unit nearby them that they can attack, and they can't do anything to your shooters, like a lich, they will attack that unit. They hunt like that, which is cool. You know, it can be cool. Let's go ahead and fly our bone dragons up. Bone dragons can fly anywhere on the map and smite those skeletons down. Our bone dragon didn't take that much damage. Useful, right? Almost all units only get 1 retaliation per round as well. So this bone dragon, if he got attacked, would not be able to retaliate against any other skeletons. Thankfully, I smartly flew my bone dragon so he wasn't targeted by all 4 stacks. Although he should not have died anyway. We'll fly down here, finish this stack, gain 104 experience points, and due to the powers of necromancy, raise 2 of these skeletons back under my service as my own skeletons. That's one of the major draws and powers of necromancy, and you can increase the skill to be more effective. Expert necromancy allows for 30% of the creatures killed in combat to be brought back skeletons. You should aim for in big maps, particularly if you want to go against very powerful units like real live dragons or titans, to have a 4 number stat. If you have 1,000, 2,000 skeletons, you're doing good. Just make sure you don't lose them. Take good care of your skeletons. It's not always easy to replace them. What day is it in the cycle? 5. I could build a... No, I won't have enough time. I'd love to have a pyramid for mummies, but the mansion requires a thieves guild and the pyramid. Let's see here. I gotta build the well one day. I'm not going to get that off in time. Okay, so I'll build a statue today, which will increase our income by 250 gold per day, and it eventually pays itself off. Unless ore is super scarce, which it is not in this case. We're going to hang around here for another week. What I want to do is basically wait for the week 2, get some more bone dragons, which, by the way, our next structure to build is a well, which increases the growth weight of all dwellings by 2 creatures per week. Normally, you can only get 1 bone dragon per week. Not really effective. However, with the well, you can get 3 bone dragons per week. Incredibly effective! Huzzah! Yes. Now that I broke it down for all of you, let's continue playing. I'll go ahead and move Darlana here. She doesn't have that, she can't move that fast due to skeletons in her army, which are super slow. Roxana here can move further, and I do believe we'll make her. I'm gonna stay away from those elves. What do I want to claim here? I want to claim lag, that's what I want to claim. Shit. You know, it would be less laggy for me to just play Heroes 3, or Heroes 4, or hell, I could buy Heroes 5 today and install it, and it would be less laggy than this. Fucking emulation! Okay. She'll work wonders in claiming that campfire and that gold source. Let's run Roxana up here to claim that ore. Mine. And then that'll be enough for her turn. So let's end turns here. Darlana will claim this. And this. And she will run back here. Roxana will also run back here. Because I don't feel like attacking fucking veteran pikes. Especially with 57 skeletons and 1 bone dragon. Let's build a skull pile to make our army bigger. Because it'll give me additional 8 skeletons in the upcoming week. And with my money saved and everything else, in turn. Probably shouldn't have run Roxana back that far. Oh well. We'll actually have Darlana come in here. Darlana's gonna buy the bone dragons. And she's gonna buy the skeletons. She'll buy 16 skeletons. That leaves 2 in there. I don't feel like trading resources for that. Darlana will also now step out. Roxana will grab the troops. And, what does this ring do? Has all the... Okay. I have bless. Why not? Yes, you can bless your undead troops. No, don't try to make sense out of that. And we are going to sally forth. We are going to break free from our little, well-protected cubicle here. And we are going to smash the AI. We have no gold, so we can't build a structure. You can only build 1 structure per turn, which is why I was waiting, and why that X will appear in that picture. So yeah. I know, it's terrible. Hopefully the game will actually make my this go by easier for me. Sometimes when I play this map, one of the AI will eliminate another one of the AI. It's pretty useful. I hope it happens again. Let's go ahead and get back here with Darlana to... yeah. Damn. What do you know? A more intensive game than Daggerfall, right? Oh well, all this shit on the screen, you know it's hard. Let's go engage these trolls. I meant to save that, little leprechaun thing for Darlana. That's why I ran her up there. Oh well. The trolls don't want to fight us. I only have basic necromancy, so actually I shouldn't. And I could get a few more skeletons. Let's do this. So trolls are ranged combatants. How fast are the trolls? Woohoo, game. Okay, average speed. Average speed, average speed, average speed. What happens is that I'll act first with my bone dragons, then one of their trolls will act, then my skeletons will act, and so forth. I don't want that to be a situation, though. I'm going to haste my bone dragons, so they'll fly even quicker, so they'll get first action next turn. I'm just a little bit worried, just in case they can somehow do 150 damage. They shouldn't. But I want to show off haste anyway. Funsies. And they will not attack the skeletons, because the bone dragons have more health. They're more threatening. They have more HP total. You'll also notice that one troll stack, Frozen Terror, it's part of the bone dragon's special abilities. They lower the morale of enemy troops by 1 step. Low morale sometimes allows for units to not have a turn. Bad times. Bad times. So yeah, we smashed through those. We gained 1 skeleton in the process. Not a big deal. I could grab those, or I could avoid them. I'm not going to worry about it. Screw experience points. Just run ahead here and continue. Don't have much gold to do anything else. So we'll end our turn here. Oh! Why, hello there, Yellow. Yes, Yellow is a knightly party. Knights are good. Knights can also be really threatening. In the early game, the Knight faction can raise itself in power pretty quickly, and as a necromancer, you can get snuffed out of the cradle. As in a late game, a necromancer with the troops of other factions, a high-level knight. Did I say necromancer? I meant to say knight. A high-level knight has lots of attack and defense, which really adds to the power of his troops. Not the best thing in the world to face. True story. So we're actually going to go ahead and raise another necromancer here. But give him these 2 skeletons. And since Darlana will be following her, let's just, explore up here, so you guys get to see more of the map before I conquer it, okay? Let's on by here. Go attack this wolf party. The wolf party wishes to fight. Can you blame them? There are so many wolves. I know I can't blame them. If I were them, I'd want to fight me too. I'd want to fight me so much. See, with that, I now have equal speed to the wolves. Isn't that fun? Not that it's too much of a problem. Observe! I was just being silly and casting a spell. Things happen sometimes. Ooh! Let's learn... I highly doubt this castle that I'm going to take has level 4 spells. So let's go ahead and pick up Necromancy. Can we use that? No. Next turn, I'll take that experience. A gazebo provides 1,000 experience points. And move on with my life. We have gold to purchase... I should try working for the mansion. Vampires are also pretty powerful. Particularly whenever you have them upgraded to Vampire Lords. Vampire Lords and Bone Dragons. That's how it needs to work. Okay, Expert Necromancy. Goody. Hello, hero. Woo! You're going to die. I hope now that you've acknowledged this important fact. Whee! Slowness. I didn't mean to do that at all. Okay. Take this stack of zombies, divide them, leave Rialdo with 1 zombie. I don't like zombies, so I pretty much keep them around as like a defensive force. I'd rather have skeletons over zombies any day. Skeletons are cheaper, and their stats are pretty similar than zombies. Anyway, now that we've done that, let's go ahead and attack this hero. Time to see some hero versus hero combat. We have their traditional sorceress troops, sprites, which fly. They're the weakest guys. And dwarves, which can resist magic, but are ridiculously slow. At least those dwarves, they're not upgraded. And elves, which are a pain in the ass. They also have peasants, which is a stag of troops from the Knight faction. I guess she picked those up from a wandering party or a hut somewhere. We're going to do our best here to stay away from danger. I want to make sure that my bone dragons do not get hurt. I also can't bless undead units. I can't believe I forgot that. Okay, so gonna haste some bone dragons here. Bless, by the way, allows a unit stack to do max damage. I'm gonna stay away from those peasants, because even though they're very slow, they can still do a bit of damage. And they can move 2 spaces and attack. So they'd be able to move there and attack. I'll risk getting shot by the elves. I'm gonna fly up here. I'm gonna fucking kill these sprites. Bye. Shit, reduced my defenses by 3. No good. No good. Now I could have just attacked that stack of peasants there, right next to the elves, and stood next to the elves and everything, but I didn't. Shut up. Okay. Fly next there, attack those. Okay. Froze a little bit in horror there. If you had just cast 2 cold rays, lady, you would have killed a bone dragon. Why didn't you do that? Also, yeah, plus 30 skeletons, expert necromancy, all those weak troops, funsies! That was the sound of me grinning at you malevolently. Did you get it? You did! Brilliant! Killed the Thieves Guild, which, as you can see, yeah, there you go, now you know. Green also no longer has a hero. I reckon she's gonna speed by one of those. There's yellow wandering around. You are not going after orange like I had hoped you would. Damn it. There we go. There she is. She's back. Because she ran away. And they bought her again. So, let's defeat her again. Sounds like a great idea, right? I'll have to continue tinkering with cycles to customize this game for my purposes. By my purposes, I mean, yeah. What's more threatening here? Why the hell did I even ask that stupid question? Kill the sprites, we'll stand next to the druids. With haste, we'll attack before the druids, and we will kill the druids. Process, we'll kill those. We should be able to take out 8 druids. We did! Huzzah! We win. Medal? Woohoo! We increased our morale! That's absolutely fucking pointless. We vanquished a player. Why do I mean that's pointless? If you have a unit comprising entirely of undead creatures, morale penalties or bonuses do not apply to you. So yeah. Now you know. What time is it? Okay. I'm going to have to pause this video and be right back. Dogs have decided they hate the world.